God Shiva speaks. The Father says, the sapling of the original eternal deity religion is now being planted. You have become Shudra's degraded ones, and some of you have even been converted to other religions. All of you will continue to emerge. Those of you who had to become the first Brahmins, the mobile creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, are the ones who had came. You cannot become deities, residents of heaven, without first becoming Brahmins now. If you don't belong to Prajapita Brahma, you cannot claim your inheritance of heaven from me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father. Those of you who belong to the original eternal deity religion will definitely come into this Brahmin religion. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, they have put Krishna's name in the Mother Gita that was spoken by me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls. Shiv Baba, point of light Father. You Brahmins, the multiple creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, have to caution people because their intellect's yoga remembrance is now connected to Krishna. Krishna doesn't say man mana bhav, remember me alone, so your sins can be absolved and you can become pure once again. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, look at the type of image of Kali they create. There cannot be a person like that. While you are sitting, you Brahmins, the multiple creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, is on a spiritual pilgrimage. Even while sitting on a train, you are on a spiritual pilgrimage. Your intellect is engaged on a pilgrimage. If your intellect is not connected in yoga, remembrance of me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, time is wasted. Don't waste your time. Your time is very valuable. Don't let even a second go by without earning a spiritual income. Make full effort to remain soul conscious and remember me, Shiv Baba alone. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you belong to me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, and Maya, which is sin, makes you belong to her. This is a play between me, Shiv Baba, and Maya. Some of you is amazed, and then after listening to this Raja Yoga knowledge, you then ran away and divorced me, Shiv Baba. Maya too is very strong. No one apart from me, Shiv Baba, can teach you to battle using the power of your intellect's yoga remembrance. By having yoga with me, Shiv Baba, the Almighty Authority Father, you receive strength. You Brahmins, the multiple creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, now know that you will become pure once again and then return back home to the soul world with me. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, it is I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, who gives you Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, teachings for purity. They have used Krishna's name for this. You Brahma souls now have to remember the place where you have to go, which is the soul world. Maya, which is sin, repeatedly makes you forget me, Shiv Baba. This is a battlefield, gateway to heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, the creations of you Brahmins, the more born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, takes place through Prajapita Brahma. You Brahman souls is adopted children. Who adopts you? I, God Shiva, the Supreme Soul, the one Supreme Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father. You now know that you are my children. However, you forgot me, Shiv Baba, and became orphans. No one else apart from you, Brahman souls, know the occupation of me, Shiv Baba. I, Shiv Baba, came to make you souls pure once again and take you back home to the soul world with me. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, at first, when the second half of this world cycle began, there was unadulterated pilgrimage of me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, whom you worship first. Then it became adulterated pilgrimage. You then worship Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar, and then Lakshmi and Narayan, etc. Now they worship everything, cats, dogs, pebbles, and stones, etc. All of that is the worship of dolls. They don't know the occupation of me, Shiv Baba, or the deities, residents of heaven. Dolls don't have an occupation. Not to know the occupation of me, Shiv Baba, is like worshipping stones. They consider themselves to be impure, which is why they go to bathe in the Ganges. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, order is, remember me, Shiv Baba, as much as possible, so your sins can be absolved and you will continue to move forward, and your sins will be burnt away with the fire of yoga, remembrance. This is a pilgrimage to the land of liberation, which is the soul world. You Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, is now going to the soul world. You are residents of the soul world. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, is now making you Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, pure once again in order to take you on this spiritual pilgrimage. I, Shiv Baba, will take you Brahman souls to the land of liberation, which is the soul world, and then to the land of liberation in life, which is heaven, and then you wouldn't come back here to this old impure world. They go on physical pilgrimages and then come back and immerse themselves in dirty business. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, those people who go on physical pilgrimages is called worldly pilgrims. Those physical pilgrimages continue for the second half of this world cycle. You also have been going on those physical pilgrimages for birth after birth. They go on physical pilgrimages and then return to their homes and indulge in the vices of body consciousness, lust, greed, anger, and attachment. This is you Brahmins, the more creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, spiritual pilgrimage. Those people is physical guides, whereas you Brahman souls is spiritual guides. Who is the master of you spiritual guides? I, incorporeal God Shiva, the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, who is called the original father of you Pandavas' army, you Brahman souls is now on a spiritual pilgrimage. It is not a question of using your physical organs in this spiritual pilgrimage. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, those of you who very carefully look after this sacrificial fire of Rundra, beads without a face, for me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, and who constantly follow Srimad, elevated directions, receive very good alms from me, Shiv Baba. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you souls were stumbling around for the property of heaven and calling out for the second half of this world cycle. I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, the one who gives the property of heaven, has came, and yet after belonging to me, Shiv Baba, you then divorce me. So I, Shiv Baba, is amazed by this. While moving along, some of you fall instead of ascending. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. Lord Shiva speaks. The Father says, you souls have been going on physical pilgrimages for the second half of this world cycle. Now go on this spiritual pilgrim with your intellects, which is to stay in remembrance of me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, while walking and moving around, and your sins will be burnt away, and you will become pure once again. You Brahmins, the more creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, make this old impure world pure by having remembrance of me, Shiv Baba. You Brahman souls stay in remembrance of me, Shiv Baba, while sitting at home is a wonderful pilgrim. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, the significance of the Kumbh Mela has been explained to you Brahmins, the more creations of Prajapita Brahma souls. This is a true confluence, Kumbh Mela. It is remembered that souls and I, God Shiva, the Supreme Soul, remain separated for a long time. The beautiful meeting takes place when you find me, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, the Satguru, true spiritual guide. I, Shiv Baba, the purifier, came and meet you Brahman souls in the form of an agent. I, Shiv Baba, does not have a body of my own, so I get you Brahman souls engaged to myself through the agent Prajapita Brahma. That is, I, Shiv Baba, came to give you my own introduction. Gateway to Heaven, the 17th of May 2022.